Making internet even more accessible. An open business idea for students. Too many things are completely broken on the internet, and almost everything is slow and overprogrammed. Internet is meant to be a simple and useful thing. The data is there, but the user interface is not. Project Gemini, Invidious, and Nitter are good examples of the much-needed user interface simplification. This business is similar, but it requires a program on the local network. It can be a network appliance, virtual machine on a desktop computer, or a Raspberry Pi or similar SBC plugged into the network. The program will keep a mirror of sites that the user configures, so if internet connection is lost, latest sync data will still be accessible. Here, every website would require a special plugin. The main version of the site has to be downloaded, and then data must be extracted from it and placed in a standard database. A minimalist web server will then expose the data and allow multiple graphic user interface-based clients to browse it. This is about as simple of a program as it gets, but the GUI clients make an enormous difference. A version meant for slow devices or simple browsers will work faster than what we see on standard desktop computers today. A version that pulls from databases to create an RSS or Atom feed will use existing software for the GUI, RSS feed readers. To put it simply, this is a program that converts internet to a database that runs on your own network, or the network of anybody who's interested in running this program. You can then, for example, make a Wi-Fi hotspot that only serves the version of the internet that you captured, and go on a vacation where you can easily access your website even without a phone signal from the server that's with you in the car. This makes a lot of sense in places where internet is expensive. A $30 Raspberry Pi Zero, for example, can serve the 2021 internet. Unless the computer has a connection, it won't be the latest version, but it is still very useful. A person can then take the little computer to a city, get latest website versions, and take it back to the village. Large companies aren't really able to provide such a service. For one, there's little money to be made here, as this is a free service, and it may be difficult for a company to be downloading third-party content. But it is not a big deal at all if the computer is with the user. Whether they access the website with this program or a normal browser as expected, it is technically the same thing. It is still a client program, except this one is meant for simpler devices. There's more to it than just browsing latest news or posts. I can imagine being able to sync databases between two clients, not even needing a full internet connection for an update. And one can set up filters or run a search or even configure alerts for when some keyword shows up. The database structure is very simple and will perform even on an inexpensive computer. Technologically, this is slightly better than a feed reader because it captures the user conversations on top of the text and multimedia. It still merges everything into a single database. The difference between a post on Hacker News or YouTube is just the source field. When on a modern computer with full internet access, the computer may schedule updates hourly. This would eliminate most of the waiting for pages to load, as the pages would be prefetched and pre-generated. Finally, the best way to look at this is as an internet caching device designed to speed up internet browsing and improve accessibility for handicapped users. It makes a copy of the internet available even when connection is cut off. Even when waking up to an internet outage in the morning, one could still search for news about what was going on before it went out. From a programming standpoint, this is a great way to learn about developing internet software. It touches upon issues like crawling links external to posts, efficient storage, and scraping rendered web pages for data. This would be an open source project where multiple developers can contribute their own ideas. It would be given away for free in the spirit of sharing and making internet more reliable, open, and accessible.